He's done this before.
From the John DeVito Broadcast Center, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another broadcast of Paranormal Radio with Bob Tricek on the Windy City Hometown Entertainment Network and Jack FM 89.7 WRHS FM Norwich. So sit back and enjoy Paranormal Radio. And now, here he is, live, in person, breathing on his own, the king of Paranormal Radio, Mr. Bob Tricek.
Thank you, John. Thank you very much. It's always nice to be on these shows, breathing on my own, and to notice that I still am the king of Paranormal Radio. I haven't been demoted down to Prince yet, so I'm keeping my... What's the matter? You're pointing at me. What's wrong already? Oh, nothing? Okay, we're going. All of a sudden, I see John panicking and looking around frantically and pointing. I thought something was wrong, so I thought, geez, we just started. It's a little early for that. We've got some old faces back on with us, and we got some new faces coming on, and voices. Well, no, there'll be faces, too, because everybody's taping things here and all that, so you'll be able to see who they are and listen to them as well. Before I do anything, I would just like to say a very personal thank you to Mr. Ray Johnson. Ray's been on with us a few times before, too. He was on when I was doing the shows over at WARG, so Ray's kind of like a longtime friend. Mr. Chicago Haunt Detective, I kind of give him the nickname Mr. Columbian Exposition. I ran a little tour over the weekend with the Elsa Park District, a little Columbian Exposition / H.H. Holmes tour. Not too much on the H.H. Holmes, though, mostly with the Columbian Exposition. And Ray just showed up. I didn't really know he was coming. I mentioned that I was doing it. He did post it on my Facebook page, but I wasn't up on the computer for a couple of days, so I didn't see it. And Ray showed up there in Jackson Park there and gave us a tour, which saved me from doing a lot of the talking. And it was just fantastic. And thanks a lot, Ray, for doing that for us. Really appreciated. Everybody enjoyed it. Everybody had a wonderful time. And my gosh in heavens, you certainly are Mr. Columbian Exposition, because he certainly is very knowledgeable about all that. Columbian Exposition stuff there. So, and I got to hook him up with somebody else, too, Mr. Steve Denona, who's like a 20-year collector of Columbian Exposition memorabilia. But we'll talk about that with Ray later. Tonight's show, we've got some repeat people that we've had on here before. Tony Sabelski, who I like to call my Tim Conway, because Tony just kind of shows up when he feels like showing up. And I thought I had actually lost Tony before because he was doing his own radio show. They were doing a show, so I thought, oh, that's it. I lost Tony. He's going to be doing his own show now. But nope, he's back on. And Tony is going to be starting up a new show of his own coming up pretty soon. You got a name for the show yet?
No, not a name yet. It's over the Vibe Network.
You can't name it Paranormal Radio because I got the rights on that.
I know, you got the rights on that.
Me and about 500,000 other people have Paranormal Radio. So
I don't want to be 5,001. So. and don't worry, Bob. You'll never lose me.
Oh, no, we'll always have Tony. Tony will pop up on here.
I'll always pop on.
Yeah, so Tony's here. Julia Schwarzinger?
Yep, hello.
Schwarzinger, I said it right. Sometimes I say Schwarzenegger, sometimes I say Schwarzinger. Schwarzinger. Julius is on here. Julius doesn't care. Just you can call him anything you want to. And then we got two new faces here, Mr. David Scott and Mr. John Stevens.
What's up, guys?
And they
hey, what's up, guys?
Hi, thank you, gentlemen, for coming on. And they are with John. Say hi.
Hey, what's up, guys?
That's John. Dave, say hi.
How's it going?
There, so now you know what they both sound like. And you gentlemen are both with the Illinois Paranormal Research Association, or it's called IPRA. Strong. Yeah, they told me to say the strong after it. Yeah, I guess it's an inside joke, which I know nothing about, but that's it. Can we know what the joke is, or is it just something that we'd rather not say?
It's
not
more
a joke.
Of a hashtag kind of thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, John says strong all the time, and I started IPRA, so we kind of just call it IPRA Strong. That's
okay, I got it.
So that's how that came about. Yeah.
And you guys are with Illinois Paranormal Research Association. You're actually one of the bigger paranormal teams, right? There's two of you.
Oh, two.
Yeah.
Two of us. Yeah, we're
Although, sometimes we have teams on here that are one. So.
Yeah. Yeah, we do that sometimes too. We'll just walk around by ourselves, but. It's just John and I on the team. We bring in a lot of talented people. You guys can hear me all right?
Oh, yes, fine. Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We bring in a lot of talented people, and we work with a lot of other professionals. Generally the show is primarily based around John and I.
Oh, you have a show. You said the show is based around John and you.
It's a YouTube series.
Oh, I see. You do all YouTube stuff. Ah,
yeah.
Okay. So, and that's why you're filming this on YouTube here, too. So,
yeah,
okay.
We're live on YouTube.
Okay, yeah.
What's up, guys?
Cool. Okay.
What's up, guys? Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Checking it out.
I'm going back and forth.
Oh, I see. Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
So, now, who wants to talk first here? John? Dave?
Dave, go for it, man.
Go ahead.
Go for it.
So, What's up?
Let us know what you do, where you're researching, what you're into, this kind of stuff like that. You doing anything original? What sets you guys apart from all these other millions of paranormal investigative teams that are out there?
Okay, so we have a YouTube series, and we basically travel the country.
I'm not sure. Go ahead. Talk into the mic a little closer. I'm not sure he could hear you.
Okay. You guys can hear it?
There you go.
Oh, there you go. That's a lot better.
So we have a series on YouTube, and we travel across America, and we hunt ghosts, basically. We recently just reached, I believe, 82,000 subscribers on our channel.
I thought you were going to say 82,000 sites. I was going to say, man, you really
2,000.
have been
We
traveling.
really go all over.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been to a few, quite a few places. We have like 115 videos or somewhat. Our videos, we try to make more on the higher production side. We take our time filming the videos, and they tend to look really good, more like something you'd see on television. Our investigative style is a little bit different than most. I wouldn't say different than most, but it's just two of us for the most part. So it's a little more, back and forth, and we kind of play off each other. And we do a lot of old school investigating mixed with new school investigating. We use a lot of older school stuff like the voice recordings. We do a lot of live playback, EVP recordings, and Ghost Box.
So EVPs are already old school.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. What have they? I'm out of the loop here now. What have they been replaced with?
Well, there's basically just ITC stuff, and also like Ghost Box. But the EVP stuff would be considered old school because there's more techie stuff I guess people are using on the TV shows I guess, stuff like that. But yeah, I consider EVPs just good old fashioned EVP would be considered old school investigating.
Just old EVP voice recorder and
play it right back
and just play it right back and see if you caught anything.
Well, what's so good about now? We have the EVP recordings, we have those. Now the voice box is what you said is a replacement for that. How is the voice box so much more improved over the old EVPs? Aren't you getting kind of the same results?
I wouldn't call it a voice box, spirit box.
Right? Oh, spirit box. All right.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, they're two different things, really. I mean, the one is a little bit more organic. The EVP voice recorder, it's a little bit more organic and more when you get the voices responding to you on a voice recorder and you record it, you play it right back. I mean, it's really it's more concrete-ish than a spirit box where you're getting radio waves.
Okay.
And the radio waves, a little bit more controversial because when you're getting the Ghost Box uses the radio waves to scan radio channels, and then we try and reach out to spirits using the radio frequencies. So when we're using that, leaves more room for error and potentially radio stations speaking to us. But you got
a lot of dead time and a little more time for error in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just got to know what you're listening
So basically
for.
what it comes down to, it's kind of a little more foolproof, a little more error-proof. What you're getting is the true recording and maybe not so much other interference and other noises.
With
Okay.
EVP, yeah.
Okay, now I got the difference there.
Definitely.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
And I guess you guys are associated with Andy, huh?
Yeah, we work with Andy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we.
Andrew Openlander.
Andy's Mr. Voicebox. That's what he does. He builds these things. Yeah.
He builds them.
Since you bring it, you brought
Yeah,
it.
there's a spirit box in there.
Spirit. I keep saying
show for
Voicebox.
YouTube.
Spirit box. Okay.
His spirit box is right here.
There's Andy's spirit box, and you can get these on eBay for. I don't know.
I don't know the price either, but he makes them. So.
Is that one of his?
Yeah, this is one of his newer ones.
What'd you pay for that?
That's his latest one, isn't it?
I think.
Or
this
was it
is
a gift?
This was a gift.
Yeah.
I got
From
you out of
him.
that, didn't I?
Yeah.
So
I get you into him and I get you out of him. So.
Andrew Openlander, and
this is one of his newest models.
Andy, I think he does have a website too.
Spirit Wave
Chicago
Chicago.
Spirit
Okay,
Wave.
something like that. Yeah,
Spirit
yeah.
Wave, I believe.
Andy's been on the show a couple of times. He's a neat guy. I like Andy.
Yeah.
He's
He's
very
awesome.
he's very serious about what he does. Yeah. So. Yeah.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah, so this is the Radio Spectre. Sorry, I forgot what order it was in. But we're going to start using this on our channel a lot. It's a.
Why don't you use it here? Do you have anything recorded on it that we can listen to? Or
We don't yet. We
Well,
just kind of brought
what the
it.
heck?
Yeah.
Jeez, you bring an empty box here.
We would
Jeez.
need a
No,
9
I'm just
volt,
messing
and
with you.
I got the wire in the car with the speaker. I mean,
Not to worry. Don't worry
Yeah,
about
that's
it.
what I said. We don't have to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, that's okay. We can do it next
But
time.
yeah, we're
could
going to
do
be
it
using it
another
on our
time.
channel soon. This new and improved box, as well as some other new things we got up our sleeves.
Mhm.
So look out for that. It's going to be cool.
Okay. So some new stuff you got up your sleeves?
Mhm.
Ah, okay.
Some new locations and stuff we're working on.
New old locations, right?
Yeah.
New-
Yeah. There's a lot of them. Most of them are old. Yeah. One of our next episode coming up, I believe, the one I'm going to put online is Thornhaven Manor. We went there recently. It was John, me, and John's brother came with us for this.
My brother Chris.
Okay.
Yeah, he joined us for this one. It was his first time going.
And,
He joined us. It was a long ride, so he came with us.
Okay, and so what happened over there now? Any good results there? That you remember back for?
Thornhaven Manor is haunted. Let's just say
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
So we got some cool stuff going on there.
And of course, you were there overnight, right?
We were there most of the night. It depends. Sometimes it was really cold that night. When we
Yeah.
went there, it was actually a while ago. It was freezing.
What was it,
freezing
like
out.
28 degrees in there or something?
It was probably less
oh
than
my
that.
God.
We were freezing.
Little hard to
It-
detect cold spots.
Yeah.
Then, huh?
Yeah. Sometimes when we film, these places don't have heat or something. And
Any warm spots? Sometimes you get those. do you?
No,
Right?
there was nothing warm.
They were just all
There was
cold.
nothing warm
Okay.
We
about
were
it
going
all
into the
night
car
long.
and taking
Oh
breaks
my
with the heat
God.
on in the car,
Okay.
Yeah.
fighting over who gets to sit in front for that floor heater.
So all this suffering in this 28-degree cold and all this, what did you come up with? Anything
Some
worthwhile?
good stuff.
You got
We
some
came
good
up-
stuff?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, John's brother saw his first apparition. He's a
he-
Marine, and I've never seen somebody more scared in my life.
We had done the Devil's Toy Box, and when we did it like in the one of the main rooms with
Tell
the
us tell them
fireplace.
what the
in.
Devil's Toy Box
The
is.
I was going to
Devil's-
ask. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Yeah.
It's
It's a box.
it's a box that's made of mirrors.
The
And you
mirrors.
put the lid on, and you could make an offering and put stuff in there. Like I got some stuff from the house.
This is
Like
something you bring
bullets
with you,
from-
right?
from
You bring
on-
you bring the
yeah,
Devil's
it's
Toy Box
like
with you.
a 12 by 12
Okay.
Carefully.
box. Very carefully. It's made with what do you call those?
Okay, so it's mirrors inside and out, or just on the inside?
just on the inside.
Okay.
But it's all glass, and the outside is painted with voodoo symbols, which is made by Colleen Nadas, and she did a really cool job on it. And
what's the idea of this
so-
now? Do you catch stuff in the mirrors that you can film, or how does it?
It's supposed to amplify paranormal energy within the
Yeah.
box, and supposedly
So
some
we-
people say it opens a portal in there and allows spirit to go in there. Some
Yeah.
people say you can like try to catch a ghost in there. That's not what we're trying to do with it, but
we
it
had
definitely does amplify.
we had put the voice recorder in it.
Oh, yeah, you got a voice recorder in it.
Oh, see, I'm getting closer to the answer I've been seeking for a long time. It's like, why do ghosts like to appear in bathrooms? Maybe, and I always said because of the
Hey,
mirrors.
well,
I think I'm onto something.
there's a
here.
lot of theories about
Because
mirrors.
of the mirrors,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
I think
there are.
I'm half right here with this. If you guys are going to prove this, now what do you got here? You got something that you
So,
recorded with this?
Yeah, we
device?
got our good old Panasonic.
Now this was taken out of the mirror.
recorder.
The what did you call this thing?
The Devil's
The
Toy Box.
Devil's box. Devil's
Yeah,
toy
we'll
box.
put this in a Devil's
We'll
Toy
just
Box.
put
and
it
let
in there,
record.
and we had gone outside.
See, I learn something new every time I do one of these shows. The Devil's
We had put
Toy
this
Box.
recorder in there and then dropped it in the Devil's Toy Box and put the lid on it.
Ooh. We let it
And
roll. This is a
we
voice
all
activated
three of
recorder.
us walked out of the house and went and sat in the car
15
for
minutes.
like 15 minutes.
We came back, played it, and there's all kinds of talking on there. Now the weird thing is this is voice activated. so-
Anything now? This is what you put in there, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Is there anything on there that we can hear?
Do you have anything? I don't
Well,
know.
this is from
No.
our little trip that we took. No.
So nothing from the Devil's Toy Box.
Can't
I
talk
want
about that one.
to hear how this Devil's Toy Box works, but nothing there.
Next time they come.
Yes.
You know,
yeah,
I
well,
get-
you know what? I'll
See, this is-
bring
this
it
is-
next time.
This is what, yeah, this is what they do.
because-
See, they set themselves up for the next show. So
They get
this is
right
how
over
that
it.
works. So, so we schedule the next show. Okay, so the Devil's Toy Box. I would have liked to have seen this darn thing too, with all the voodoo
Yeah.
symbols on the
I
outside.
Well,
do
the
have a
video's
picture on
coming
my
out
phone,
soon.
but
Now, is
we'll
the
use it
Devil's
by
Toy
phone.
Box? Now, I'm a little familiar with voodoo, somewhat. The Devil's Toy Box is not something I've ever heard of before. Is this used in the voodoo religion, or is this just something that she decided to put voodoo symbols around it on her own,
She
because
just,
she wanted to decorate it, or she felt it would be more effective?
I don't know where she came up with the idea, but that's what she put on it. And there's quite a few symbols on it, but one of the ones I know is Papa Legba.
Okay.
You ever heard of him? He's the
Mhm.
gatekeeper of the spirit world.
Mhm.
So you make an offering. You can make offerings to him and make sure you say thank you and be respectful and
He grants requests.
yes.
Okay.
So pretty much.
So when you go on an investigation, you make an offering to Papa Legra
Yeah.
that you get good
Legba.
results, and maybe you'll get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
results.
the Devil's Toy Box has definitely shown us some crazy results.
Okay, now if this thing is so effective, Sorry, Andy, but I'm going to have to say it. If this is so effective, and I'm guessing that this is just mirrors, just a box of mirrors on it and voodoo symbols, which I'm guessing costs a lot less than one of the spirit boxes, why do we need the spirit box?
Yeah, it's just different forms of investigating.
Now, how about if we put the spirit box inside the Devil's Toy Box? Would it just blow up, or what would happen?
I don't
Box
know.
would levitate. I don't know.
You know what?
That's a good thing to
could
try
That's
out.
a good thing to try.
I think it would echo, though, maybe. I don't know. We would
Either
have
that,
to
or
try
you just
it.
see a lot of
All
smoke
we
coming
can
out
do
of
is
it, or
try.
something, or whatever. Yeah.
We were
On fire.
that would be good.
Smoke coming out of it when we come back.
I'd be filming. Keep filming. Don't stop.
Either that, or when you open up
Get
the
some water.
Either that, or when you open up the Devil's Toy Box, you might see the spirit box melted in there or something.
That's
Who
true.
knows?
Oh,
Yeah.
we don't want that.
Who knows?
No, you don't want to do that because those things cost
Yeah.
a little bit of money. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm just messing around.
Yeah.
Of course, there's going to need from Andy. No, of course, there's a need for your spirit box there. We're not trying to put you out of business there with this thing. So
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Thornhaven Manor. It's coming up on our
Yeah.
YouTube channel.
It should be cool. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah. It's a wild episode.
It's been a few months since we've
Yeah.
been there.
Sometimes we film and we just backlog it and we release other stuff and we try to get stuff out as frequent as we can on YouTube. Sometimes we go through periods where we don't upload, and it's because we're filming and we just kind of film back to back. And
Sure.
Well, it takes so long to edit some of these videos because if you watch our videos on YouTube, our YouTube channel, it's Eclipse Productions 89 on YouTube, or you just type in IPRA Strong. You'll see that they're very high quality videos, and it just takes very long to edit them.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look at some of your stuff. I haven't done that. I'm going to have to. Julius had given me. He said something. I think you told me IPRA.
Yeah.
And you just look up IPRA, like as if I knew what this was, And I'm like, well, I don't know. So I'm looking up IPRA, and nothing's coming up. And I says, no. I'll find out when we go on the. When we go on
You
the
got to
radio.
type in Strong.
Yeah. There it is. Okay.
That's
yeah.
the key.
Yeah. We got to do that. Now, of course, everybody has other jobs because we know there are like 2 people in the world that are full-time paranormal investigators outside of all the people that do this for a living on the TV shows. And I know John works for the city. You're in the Forestry Service.
Yeah, I'm in the forestry.
So you're up in the
department.
trees all day long, and then you
Yes.
come down to go do paranormal investigating. David, what's your occupation? What do you do?
I'm self-employed videographer and photographer.
You're a videographer and photographer. Okay, so that means you're out of work. Okay, thank you. No, I'm kidding, of
Only in
course.
the winter.
That's like somebody saying, I'm a full-time actor. Okay, what have we seen you in? Well, okay, you're out of work. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm just messing around with you there, yeah. So I'm guessing as a videographer, you don't only do the paranormal videographing, you do other things too.
Yeah,
Something has to pay the bills.
Yeah, a lot of
There you go,
weddings.
weddings, which are paranormal experiences in and of themselves. So
They can be.
yeah. Okay, so you do photography work, so that's
Yeah.
worthwhile and wonderful and great. And Tony, you want to say something here? Join the conversation.
I'd
Mr.
like to
Tony
ask you
Savelsky.
guys, you said the Devil's Toy Box could possibly open a portal.
Well, that's
Now,
theoretically.
does that concern you at all?
Uh,
Would you have someone there that could possibly close that portal if it did open?
Hurry up and shut the door.
I was. I was.
Some of us don't
David
move
was
that
a little
fast.
bit worried about us using it,
Yeah.
but
I know the dangers of these things, you
Yeah.
know. And,
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of stuff, and so
I mean, I
we've
guess
actually-
really any spirit box, anything we turn on could possibly open up something.
yeah.
But like you're saying, that one, they say specifically, they say it could possibly open a portal.
It could. Yeah, I think.
that's
I
a
know-
theory, you know.
Right.
That's
yeah.
just a
I mean,
theory,
they're all
you know.
theories,
That's
that's
not
true.
known. Yeah,
Mm.
I'll take some water, thank you.
Yeah. So, I mean, theoretically, it you know,
Thanks.
people say that it possibly could, but then again, people say that some people use it to try and trap spirits in there. So we don't
I'm
approve of
always,
that. But
yeah, I was
going
going to say, I'm always
Right.
a little
Different
leery
ways.
of
Right.
these things, as you guys all
So
know.
many
If you
different
listen to
ways you could use
Paranormal
it.
Radio, and Tony knows my feelings on this, I'm always leery of these things that open up portals and bring in something a
Right.
little more dangerous, especially if you don't know what you're doing. Not to say that you guys
What I was
don't know what you're doing,
Yeah.
but it's also kind of good to maybe bring something along when you're using one of these devices that maybe can control this a little better. Who thought of this idea of this mirrored ghost? What did you call it? No,
Devil's
Devil's
Toy
Toy
Box.
Box.
I'm not quite sure where it originated.
Who invented it?
It goes back far.
Oh, okay.
They've
Yeah, the
used
theory.
it.
It's just a theory of mirrors.
Right,
Facing
I've
each
heard of
other.
a lot of the theories
Promotes, yeah, the-
with mirrors.
I've always believed that myself too. That somehow or another they're
It definitely.
images
Yeah.
in those
Yeah.
mirrors.
It
Yeah.
definitely.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
too.
Mm.
Right,
That's
right.
true, and it seems to create a sort of energy. So somebody just decided to
like-
to do it. I'm not.
In order to make it, I think it's 6 by 6 by 6 6x6.
Oh, so it's a big thing.
Oh, okay.
Six by
It's a
six.
pretty
It's
big
really
size
that big?
then.
Well, no, that's a
Whoa.
psychomantium box, but
Jeez, Louise. Now what the
Human
heck is
Devil's
this?
toy
It's like
box.
You could bring a body in this thing.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
that's, no,
6
yeah,
by
that's
6.
basically like a life-size Devil's Toy box.
Yikes.
Life size, yeah.
Now, why do you need if you're going to just try to get voices? in
Well,
this-
that's for a human to stand inside while you're doing it.
so somebody can be in this thing, and then
Yeah.
so they go in, you close the lid, you put them in it, and then they yikes! I don't know if I want to do
Yeah.
this.
Wow.
I'd have to see what the little one does first before I'd
Yeah.
ever take the
Before you
chance
get
of
the
putting.
big
If
one
you
out.
saw
Yeah.
the little one, you might not want to go in the big one because
Hmm.
you get some spooky
Yeah.
voices. We had some. I don't like to say demonic too much, but
We got some pretty good evidence at
sound is
the
crazy.
Yeah.
Monroe house.
Mhm.
We got. Remember, I did that thing upstairs in the one room with
Yeah.
all the dolls and stuff.
And then the
And
one
we
doll
did-
started talking, or
Yeah.
something.
The doll
Doll started talking.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
like a doll.
We both said it at the same
There
time.
was dolls all over the place. And the one doll started started just going off and singing a song or something. And we were like, "What the heck?"
When we had gone back, we got some pretty good stuff there.
Now this is
ourselves.
did you say the location of the spot, or can you say? Do you
The
want to say?
Monroe House.
Monroe.
Oh, the Monroe House. Okay.
That's in
Monroe
Indiana.
House,
Okay,
yeah.
so the
That is a
Monroe
very
House
haunted place.
is. Let us know what this is. Is it an active bed and breakfast? Is it someone's home? Somebody lives there? Is it an abandoned house? Abandoned
it's vacant.
whatever?
It-
It's vacant, and there's all these dolls still in there.
It's owned.
It's privately owned,
It's
and
nobody lives there though.
Okay, is this
Right.
one of these places that they're renting out for investigations?
Correct.
Yes,
I
correct,
love it.
yeah.
This seems to be the trend in paranormal now.
It's
We
good.
buy a
Good
vacant
thing.
house, we rent it out, and we put dolls in it, and we haunt it. Okay.
My other question to you guys would be, I think I was at your 100th show premiere at Klaus Restaurant.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
10K. Yeah.
How did you guys get started with the whole, not only in the paranormal, but how did you get started with the whole YouTube series?
I started making YouTube videos back in '09, and it was just me walking around haunted places by myself with a little cheap camera and a voice recorder, and that's it. And I just kind of started getting more professional over the years. And then I met John, actually, at Mantino State Hospital.
Oh, okay. I've been there.
Yeah. In the Morgan Cottage
Yeah,
building.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
Morgan Cottage.
Yeah.
We were there with a group, and he was with a group, and there were some tours or something, and I met him, and then we started working together, and then, we had other team members, but, people have differences, and the more people on investigation, sometimes you get contamination of
Right,
audio and all
yeah.
this stuff. We don't like a lot of people, because we don't like talking in the background or trying to record audio, and so we ended up just working with each other, and it just proved to be best, and then, the viewers just started coming in. We have a lot of viewers right now. We love our fans on there. They're really, really interactive with us. They really love our work. So it's good to have that. And so basically, we just kept going. The more viewers we had, the more it motivated us.
Yeah.
And
It's just
Production
something
quality
we
got
like
better.
to do in our spare time. Is film and
Right,
yeah,
unfortunately.
we're not looking to try to make money
Right.
off it.
Mhm.
Like we're not selling any shirts or anything like that. We just go.
No,
and
that'll
film
come later.
And do
Once
our
you
thing.
get a couple of best-selling videos or something, then we'll come up with the
Yeah.
T-shirts.
Yeah.
We'll come up with the keychains. We'll come up with all the
Yeah,
promotional
but
stuff.
if you guys want T-shirts, let us know.
They got them.
we could try.
Yeah.
Tony's got the Tony. Show him the
I
Snap It
got the
shirt.
Snap It shirt.
That's the
There it is.
there it is.
Right
So
there.
everybody's got a.
Yeah, we don't sell those.
That's
There it
for you,
is.
Laura.
That's the old model one, I think, isn't it?
No, this is the
that's
new
the-
one.
Oh, that is the
This
new one.
recent
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Because there was an older one too, but I think the older one just had like a little
It just
pocket.
had the little,
couldn't
yeah.
see it.
Yeah, a little pocket
it's a little
insignia.
snapping on
Yeah,
top.
okay. So see, you guys got to come up with some T-shirts here and sell them and stuff.
Strong
And
T-shirt.
this and that. Yeah. There you go.
Don't have your own T-shirts.
Oh, we made them.
I think we've made some before, but we just gave them all away. We made like 20 of them. We're like, here. We were in
wanted
the
'em.
Chicago Ghost Conference, and we were giving them away. And,
Yeah, we just somebody
we're
wants
like,
a shirt. Here's a shirt.
here you go.
Represent.
Okay, so
Whatever.
we do the YouTube videos, we do the investigations, we do all this stuff, and what's the goal? Outside of maybe, you said the money is not the motivation here. What's the thing? Do you intend on maybe authoring some books, definite proof that the hereafter exists? What's the ultimate goal here for you guys out of this?
Well, the show's called Believe, A Paranormal Experience. I guess my original goal was I kept going on YouTube and seeing all these ghost videos. I was searching, trying to find, ghost footage, basically. And the only place to really some good results sometimes is YouTube. There's so many. It's a good search engine for video. And I was looking, like I said, back in '08 about I was always searching for good ghost footage, trying to find, just see a ghost basically, and I couldn't find anything really worthy of watching. And I was like, come on, I would see all these fake ghost videos, like a little girl in a closet or something, and it had like 10 million views. I'm like, come on, So this motivated me to go out and for other people who were looking like me, to find real content. That's my goal.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say, gee, there's so much stuff out there that you don't know really what's true and what's not. I mean, you don't want to, you don't want to tell anybody that's hokey or whatever. Some are a little more obvious than others. Some I mean, anybody can.
Some
tell.
are hard to tell,
and some are very good. Yeah. So some are. So sometimes it's a little tough to differentiate between what is the legitimate and what's not. So now, okay, now you're planning on putting these up, which you do put them up on YouTube and all this. You have your stuff out there and all that. What makes yours different? How do you why would somebody watch your video and say, okay, this guy is good, these are legitimate, what he's got on here, he's got some real good images on this, as opposed to so and so or so and so and so and so. What puts you above, like a cut above the rest?
Production quality.
Okay, so you're just better production with yours, and
most definitely production.
They're just done better. Okay.
People say they like our style, like the way we investigate, like the way we interact with the spirits, the way we conduct our investigations. We're always very professional.
I just want you to know, I'm not putting you on the spot.
We're always trying to.
I'm giving you a chance to promote yourself. Is what I'm trying to do.
Different things to do as we investigate, trying different things and
something maybe that somebody else hasn't done that maybe put you like you said, a cut above the rest.
Like one time we did the Gonsfeld experiment on Sunny at the Klaus
definitely try to get out of the box.
I think what you ought to do is one of these Devil's Toy Box demonstration things, because I don't think there's been too many people that have heard of this. I really don't. I don't think it's new to me. Did you ever hear of this thing, Tony?
I've heard of it. I never really knew exactly what it was.
I never. This is the first time I ever heard of it.
Yeah, right. I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, I never heard this. First time I ever heard of it. So
it's a cool thing. And
I think we got something on from the Moreau House that time I did it there, and we got some good responses there when we when I had performed it and put it up in the room.
Yeah.
And
there's some stuff we got. We got one from my row house to the funeral home, old funeral home church. That one's on YouTube.
That's in Cicero, right?
Yeah,
that place.
We got one on Facebook. Our Facebook page also. If you go on Facebook, type in "Believe a Paranormal Experience" on Facebook. You'll go to our page, go to videos, and then you'll see a Devil's Toy Box we did live at the Monroe House. We left it up there for like 20 minutes. Nobody was in the house, and we come back. We opened it live. That was a crazy live video because.
So you get results that quickly, like within 20 minutes time?
Oh, I mean they were talking for like 5 straight minutes.
Now, when you guys use it, do you get response every time you use it, or sometimes it's just dead air too?
I mean, well, there's no dead air with this recorder because the voice recorder we use, the Panasonic, it's an older model. It's it's the RR
voice activated.
Yeah.
I asked the question wrong. Yeah. Sometimes you get no response at all.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Sometimes.
I'm curious.
The Devil's Toy Box, I think we've got responses almost every time we've used it. When we left it alone.
Yeah. That's pretty interesting.
There's been a couple times where we used it and we put this in the room and we all just stood there and we didn't get anything. But when we leave this in the box and we leave the property for a certain amount of time, we've got every time.
Maybe there's something to be learned from this. Maybe everybody's kind of missing the boat here.
Sorry, I'm moving around a little bit.
That's right. Maybe just maybe the least amount of interference. Maybe the better the results.
Yeah.
Seems to be.
Yeah.
True.
If what you're
and
saying
plus
here,
it's all enclosed and yeah.
Okay.
It's really interesting.
Yeah.
Because when it's in the box and nobody's in the house, the lid's on top of the box. And you get something like right into the voice, or like literally sometimes it sounds like I don't know, like an old man.
Okay, that's my next thing I want to ask. Are you just getting the or are you getting actual voices and getting words we can hear and we can
Sometimes it sounds like speaking another language. Sometimes we do get
Here we go again with their language.
Mm-hmm.
There are different languages.
Yeah. That's the part. See, that's the part I've got trouble with. I always say if these people have, there's something that they're taking the trouble to come back from the other realm or the other world to tell us this, and they got something they want to communicate to us. Why aren't they doing it in a way that we're capable of understanding it? Why are they speaking their own language or their own languages? That's my thing about this. Sometimes I like to play devil's advocate. I know the answer to some of this, but I just like to hear from you guys.
We were using Andy's box, and we were getting
Spanish.
Spanish coming out of
Well,
it
okay, that's a
one
language
time.
we can understand, Spanish. We have people out there that can understand that.
Yeah,
Okay.
It was.
Yeah.
Maybe the ghost was a Spanish ghost. You know,
Yeah.
you might have got a conquistador or something on there. We don't
The
know,
one-
you know.
Yeah, the one was
Oh
definitely
my
Spanish.
God.
Yeah.
It was just
responding.
totally
If
nonstop.
someone's speaking in
We
another
would ask
language,
him questions
okay,
and-
you know, there's somebody out there that can speak German, there's somebody that can speak Spanish, there's somebody that can speak Italian, but when they're speaking in their own garbled tones, which is their voice from the other world,
Yeah.
that's the part I
Yeah.
got the problems with, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Well, sometimes when you communicate too, if you speak in the language and ask questions in a different language, you'll get a response in a different language too.
That's true,
It's the same
providing they understand what you're
Right.
speaking to them in the first place.
Yeah.
You know,
It
maybe they're
happens,
bilingual, you know. I mean, there's people out there that speak English and Spanish and, you know, et cetera, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, just mm-hmm.
I mean,
I was hoping for more. I mean, you know, I'm trying to take a drink of water here.
Now, can you purchase these boxes?
these ones, yeah.
No, not
The
that.
Devil's
No,
Toy
not
Box.
that.
The Devil's
Um,
Box.
Yes.
A regular, another paranormal
If anybody
person?
wants one made, you could get in touch with us
Okay.
or me
Okay.
through Facebook or something, and I could.
Yeah. Special order.
Yeah, I
could
was just
let-
wondering
I
if
let-
they're
I
for
could-
sale. You can buy them or not. So.
Yeah, I could let Colleen know.
She
and-
makes
and
them
spend-
privately. I don't know if she.
In my case, I would like to try to start out with like a devil's jewelry box, like a little one, and then kind of work my way up to the toy box,
gotta
and
be able
then
to
work
fit
my way up
something
to
in
the
it, Bob.
to
Yeah.
the 6 foot one. You know.
She makes small ones too.
For the
so-
boys.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Pretty
about.
Cool, yeah.
I might want one of
Those
the
are
little ones
cool.
as like a dresser ornament, you know, just to have it, you know,
Hey, no,
because I like collecting things that are strange,
Yeah.
and I could use this in
I'm
one of my
sure
fortune telling
she would make 'em.
presentations. Give me the. Do you have any idea cost wise what these would cost, or am I putting you on the spot asking you this?
I'm sure. I can't tell you how much. That they probably vary from size to size.
Okay.
You know, like all depends on what size you want and stuff. So.
Okay, John, we're going to have to stop right there. We have to take a little break here. Stick with us, folks, and come on back and listen to more of this stuff. This is good stuff here. We'll be right back in just a second. It's a very fast break.
You're listening to Paranormal Radio with Bob Tricek from the John DeVita Broadcast Center on Jack FM 89.7 WRHS FM Norwich and the Windy City Hometown Entertainment Network on Tuesday, May the 16th, the year 2017. And this is Jack FM 89.7 WRHS FM Norwich, Illinois. And now, friends, back to Paranormal Radio with Bob Tricek.
Oh, okay. Thank you, John. We are back on here talking with Mr. John Stevens, Mr. David Scott, Tony Sabelski, Julius Swarzinger with the Illinois Paranormal Research Association, Strong, IPRA Strong, and with Snap It, Supernatural and Paranormal Investigative Team. There.
You
I
got
did
it.
it right.
You
Only
got it.
because I,
Yeah.
only
Good,
because
Bob.
I wrote it down.
You got it.
Aha, only because I wrote it down. Otherwise, I know I would forget something on that. And we're just having kind of a neat conversation here about some stuff that I wasn't aware of myself. Not that I know everything, I certainly don't. But a device called the Devil's Toy Box here. We were kind of talking about that. And, John, we kind of left off the conversation before the break there with you. And, Dave, I'm glad you did that so quick. I told him, I said, don't go away. He was going to check his camera. He says, it's a real quick break because we're just taping this. When they do it on the air, they get a long break because they do commercials and stuff. But our break's about a half a second.
Nice.
Did I mess you up there, John? Is he going to have to edit that out? Or okay. So go ahead. We were talking. I was remember.
Oh, okay. So
talking about the
yeah.
jewelry box size, and I was saying
Yeah,
what the
so-
cost and.
So yeah, Colleen could probably make them. If anybody wants one, get in touch with me through Facebook or something, or iprastrong.net website, and we'll get a hold of her and let her know.
Yeah, I'd like to
And-
find out what one of these costs.
Yeah.
just to see, what it's all about.
Yeah, it all varies from different sizes. It all depends on what size you want. So I'm sure there's different prices for different sizes.
Like I said, I'm a little familiar with the voodoo religion, which is an actual practicing religion. Not that I am myself. I happen to be Roman Catholic. But I know a little bit how voodooism, they sort of tie in loosely with Roman Catholicism. And I've never heard of this devil's toy box. But like I said, not that I haven't heard of, it's not like I've heard of everything. And I'm certainly not the authority on it. But I'm just you got my curiosity up about this thing. Especially since you seem to kind of hold a lot of, store into it. You've gotten good results with it. Yeah.
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it'd be kind of neat if you can kind of work hand in hand with the ghost boxes and with the devil's toy boxes, and they kind of work with each other.
We ought to give that a try.
There you go.
Yeah.
See?
Good idea.
I can't come up with these ideas for myself, but I give them to other people.
Good
See?
idea.
Everything happens for a reason.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
It's a good idea.
Exactly.
That'd be cool to check out. See if
I have to
if
ask
we
you,
get-
gentlemen. Have you ever really been scared on one of these investigations? This is a difficult thing to ask paranormal investigators, and of course we're all scared by the unexpected.
Right.
But have you ever really been scared, almost to the point where you say, "I don't want to do this anymore. I'm out of this. This is enough for me. This really just frightened me."
Go ahead and you start, John.
Sometimes I've not very much, not very often I get scared, but there are times where I do get scared, unfortunately, or spooked, or whatever you want to call it.
Like I said, from the unexpected, that would happen to anybody. Yeah.
I have done an investigation by myself in Manteno State Hospital, and that's one of the
No, by yourself, that would be
scariest
scary.
times.
Yeah, by yourself in there.
I remember doing something for like an hour and a half. We had this series called
Fear training.
Fear Training, yep.
Mm-hmm.
And we would go into these haunted places by ourselves and film just alone by ourselves.
So now Fair Train is like one of your YouTube
So-
series type things that you're doing? Okay,
Yes.
I got it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're by yourself, how are you managing to run the investigation and film at the same, or do you just like set the camera up and then you're doing stuff in front of the camera?
It's tough.
We were using a cowboy sling,
Okay.
right? And then one a camera in our hand and then one facing towards our face. I think we did it in Bartonville.
It's an infrared GoPro.
Yeah. the infrared
Okay, and what popped
GoPro.
up on there that was so frightening?
I think you just said your personal experience was most frightening at that place, right? You felt them all around you.
Yeah, Manteno was
Which is
one
a
of the-
frightening space. It's a frightening
Yeah.
place anyway.
Yeah, those
That's
spirits
actually-
creep up on you there.
That's actually one of the first place I ever investigated was at Manteno State Hospital in the Morgan Cottage building, and I've had some good EVPs there, and just a very sad place sometimes. I mean, you feel all the spirits around you.
As like they say, if the walls could talk, you know.
Yeah, oh my God.
Yeah, I'm sure the things that went on. Yeah.
all
Yeah,
the
definitely.
bad things, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess one of the times I got most scared was we were at Central State Hospital in Indianapolis,
oh
Indiana.
my God, I
And,
remember that.
He was.
Oh my God.
He was. I was walking around by myself. He was in another part of the building. It's a high security, abandoned mental hospital for the criminally insane. I was.
Now, if it's didn't mean to interrupt you, but if it's abandoned, how is it high security?
Well, it was high security. So
Oh.
there's like big security doors.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay. All
that
right.
separate all the different rooms. So like if, in my case, I started running and it was hard to get out of the rooms.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, because it was like these heavy doors you got to push through, and then another one, and then another one. So I was alone on this one ward, and John was on the ward directly, like straight down. And didn't have a camera or anything on me. I was just walking around trying to build rapport with the spirits and say, hey guys, let's start talking a little bit here. I'm going to start doing some sessions, some EVP sessions. So let's get some responses. And while I was doing that, I felt something stand right in front of me. And I felt like it was radiating like heat onto me, and then it growled at me, and
Wow.
like right into my face, and like a horrible sounding animalistic growl. So I was actually pretty amateur at the time. I was only investigating for maybe 2 years or a year, and I just ran. I got it
Oh
growled
my
in my face, and I was like so freaked out.
So as he's
Matter
running,
of fact, your outline is still in those doors there. We can see it.
Like the cartoons.
He didn't bother opening them up. He just went right through them.
I would not doubt it.
so he was like down the hallway, and I'm back over here, like a block. Or
I
so.
thought I saw like a human form in those doors, when I...
All of a sudden, I hear him running towards me, like out of nowhere. He's like, "Run!" I'm
Okay, but not like not like you said. Like you were kind of inexperienced. You were kind of new at it yourself, so maybe you didn't know what to expect. I was going to say this is probably not the best response for a paranormal investigator to do. You know.
No, it was just too. I don't know how to explain it. And whatever.
It was just too intense for you. And I did ask you what scared you the most. So
and the entity itself was it had a presence to it, and it just didn't feel nice. And
you didn't really see anything, but you could feel it there.
Yeah, and you heard it.
Okay.
Feeling, yeah. Like just a very scary feeling it gave you. And so I said, dude, I just had this thing growl at me. He was like, what? Oh, what?
I'm like, what?
What are you running around for? So
you came towards me running.
So he started running.
I'm like, what?
He thought there was like,
here I'm getting scared. I think there's like a herd
Bootleggers.
of dogs coming towards us.
So your instinct was to run right after him, huh?
He's like, why are we running?
Jet's right by me. I'm like, what the hell? So I started running right ahead.
Okay, we kind of covered that. Let me do another version of the question here. Have you seen anything that really floored you? Any apparitions that you say, whoa, this was just too much for me to handle, and let me get the heck out of this place?
Go ahead, you go first.
We were at old Charleston City Jail in South Carolina, old colonial prison, so haunted, over 14,000 recorded deaths there. And anyway, I saw a prison guard apparition. That's on our YouTube also. But I saw a prison guard. We were messing around with his private staircase when
For a second, I thought you were going to say something else.
Yeah. We were. He had, they had this spiral staircase.
Never mind.
It was for guards only, and we were like walking on it, kind of taunting him a little bit. We go upstairs into the criminal.
Now that's not the best thing you want to do either. Is kind of taunt them and say kind of derogatory and provocative things.
Definitely not. And I mean, we don't really like to taunt stuff, but sometimes we will. We'll try to spark the energy a little bit. So
not lately though. I mean, we've calmed down with that a lot.
Well, yeah, we were just on a staircase. They told us that if we walked on a staircase, we might get activity because the guards in that prison that used to run it, they hated. You couldn't go on there. If you go on, they'd kill you in real life if you were.
So now this was an old colonial prison.
Old colonial prisons.
The man you saw dressed in 18th century garb, colonial garb, that type
it
of thing.
Looked like
something
some kind of
not from this century, some sort of.
I couldn't tell, but it just looked like some kind of uniform. But it was real fast. I heard a voice. I heard somebody said, "Hey," and then I looked up, and in the doorway, we were in the top floor, and I looked in the doorway, and he was just staring at me. He looked so angry, and it was just for a split second. I didn't run or anything, but this wasn't that long ago. It's a couple years ago now, and he was just looking at me so angry, so it just took my breath away a little bit. I was like, that was about it. But yeah, there was definitely full-bodied apparition. Okay,
so now we know. Okay, you said the old Charleston prison, so we know colonial. You said so. Colonial, of course, being before 1776. How long? Do you have any of the history of it? Like how long it actually was an operating prison before it shut down? Now it's just a historic site.
Yeah, now it's just historic. I don't know the exact. I did at the time, but I've been in a lot of places after that, so it kind of
gets garbled.
Yeah. So I don't know the exact detail. It's in the video though. It's in the video.
But you definitely saw something there, and you saw something in somebody that didn't look like there was something that you recognized, something of this era, and that kind of.
Oh yeah, definitely
started
looked older.
Yeah. Okay.
Cut out. Okay.
What happened? Oh, your video went kaput? Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, that's weird.
It just totally cut out.
Oh, it says
now, I want you to know, if you're planning on putting this one up and making some money off of this one, I want some royalties out of this thing. No, I'm messing with you.
You gotta let it cool off.
Yeah, we'll send you the check for 5 cents, right?
Take the case off. Right?
Yeah.
What happened? Did your equipment go kaput?
John's phone's over here.
Oh, so
oh man,
maybe it don't like us. Maybe it's that guard coming to us. You don't want us talking about it.
You broke it. You bought it.
I was just holding it.
Somebody doesn't want you to record something.
Oh well, if you want to hold that one, feel free.
Did you ever run into something like this too? Not as kind of. We noticed it's just a little fluke that kind of happened here. But did you ever run into something like this where maybe you got somebody that just could not be recorded?
Okay, cool.
Did you ever run into that experience?
Just let it.
No.
Where you run into some kind of an entity that just could not be recorded. Maybe they just did not want to be recorded. You could talk to them, you could communicate, but the equipment all just went debunked, and that was it.
Cool it down.
Out, the batteries die.
That's weird. That is weird talking about that ghost. And
See?
overheats like
Stuff
that.
happens.
Yeah. Strange.
Yeah.
It's really strange.
The reason I say it is because one time they happened to me with Bachelors Grove. I mean, and of course, everybody Bachelors Grove, this and that and the other. But one time I brought a group of people, 13, not the best number to be bringing into Bachelors Grove, and everybody's equipment, just nothing would work. Nothing.
Wow.
As soon as we left, and of course we went all across the street to the parking lot, everything lit up and everything was going again. But while we were in that cemetery, nothing would work. Nothing. Yeah.
Sometimes that happens.
And I just had a little cheap dollar store camera with nothing, nothing in it, and it was kind of dusky, so it was still kind of light. And I thought, well, I'm snapping away pictures, and really nothing came up. Just a few little orbs, little balls, nothing much. That was it.
Yeah.
But I thought, man, I might really get something on it. If ever there's a time I'm going to do it, now would be it. But nothing. So I was a little disappointed nothing came up on the film, but it was just kind of strange. And it did happen to me. So, it does happen. This kind of stuff does, so.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they just may not want to be tampered with, and they'll say, "Hi, I'm
Right.
talking, but I'm talking to you, but I don't want this recorded. I don't want anybody else knowing about it." So it's possible, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
And of course, the older the
Definitely. They shut
places,
down our cameras a lot.
yeah, the older the places, the more history involved, the more who knows what went on in those,
Right.
the longer the history involved in the place that you can document anyway. There's so many places that we don't know. So many buildings and things. Who knows what went on before the building was even there? Over that ground, that kind of thing like that. Okay, everybody right now is H.H. Holmes crazy because, of course, he's been in the news for the last week or so because they want to reopen his grave and they want to find out if he's in there and all this. You're aware of this or no?
No.
No, you're not aware of this?
No,
Oh, geez,
haven't heard
okay.
of it.
I've seen it on the internet.
You couldn't miss it. It's been on the news. Every major network's had something on about H.H. Holmes. Well, what actually, what's going on is they want to, or they may have already done it, I don't know. But what they want to do is they want to exhume his body and find out if it's actually indeed him in there. Because now the story's floating around that he actually escaped death and he wasn't actually buried and it's somebody else or nothing in his gravesite. So we don't know. I was going to ask you if you had any theories on that one, what you think or anything, but...
No, I haven't heard anything about the H.H. Holmes.
You haven't heard anything about that one. What about you, Tony? Anything you kind of think about that, or?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'd like to see what the results are.
Of course. Yeah.
Of course. I haven't heard anything.
I
I thought I did hear that there was some digging that took place.
Yeah.
And they may have actually brought the body up. But I also heard that he was buried in cement.
Yep, that's the thing, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So
He's
it's
buried, they put cement in the bottom of his coffin, and then they put his body in, and then they put more cement on top of it, and then put him in the
Switch it on the bottom.
in the grave, and then supposedly
Right.
more cement
Think
on
so.
top of that. So I don't know what they could really...
Now, I don't know what the reasoning for that was. Did they think people were going to tamper with his grave, or did he do that
He did-
because it wasn't
supposedly-
him?
No, see?
Yeah.
But supposedly this was like a last request to his.
Okay.
Because he didn't want anybody to dig him up and do
Right.
to him things he had done to people in
Okay.
life. So, but I don't know if, prison guards in those days would have been that much wanting to fulfill the request of a known serial killer. I mean, you just, the heck with him. Just put him in there and baloney with his requests,
Well,
But
yeah.
supposedly they did bury him in cement and that. So I said, I don't know. I kind of
That's
believe it is
interesting.
him there. I don't think so.
I do, too.
And
I
Eric
believe it's
Larson, the
him.
man that wrote The Devil in the White City, the book, he says, yeah, I have no doubt about it that Holmes
That
is
is him.
indeed buried there,
Yeah.
But we don't know.
Who knows?
We'll have to just wait and see
Who
what
knows?
goes on with that, So I was hoping to see if you guys
Where
had any
was he
feelings on that.
buried at?
This is in,
Chicago?
Pennsylvania.
yeah, he's in Pennsylvania, yeah.
He was hung in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Did they pay?
He was actually caught. He wasn't caught for anything he did here. He was actually caught in, I think, Philadelphia.
Oh wow. Interesting.
He's a tough, I got to admit, because I've done some work on him and some research and stuff on him, and I have to admit, he is like one of the hardest things I've ever researched.
Oh, yeah.
H.H. Holmes, because it is so difficult to know what's true and what's not true about him. So that's
Right.
why I
Yeah.
could see somebody starting this thing
Oh,
up
yeah.
now, because
Yeah.
it's really difficult. Even he himself, he lied so much, it's really, really difficult to know what's true and what's
He
not
was a
true about him.
swindler.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
No two question. And he used so many different aliases and so many different names. It's really, really hard to know what's true, what's not true about him. I'm sure there'll be a few good books and stuff coming out now. Adam Seltzer's got a good
Adam
book out
Seltzer.
there.
Adam Seltzer knows a lot.
Oh yeah,
Knows a lot about
I'm
it.
sure
Yeah.
he does because he does a lot of thorough research
Right,
about it. Yeah,
right.
yeah. So yeah.
So have you ever guys ever thought of investigating that site? Would they
Oh,
even
that'd
let
be
you in
awesome.
there? I know they've let
Is there-
people in there before.
At the post office?
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
it.
We would totally do that.
Yeah, let
That
us
would
know.
that would be an awesome video.
Let's do it.
You guys know Ursula? I'm not saying that she does, but she may have some
Yeah,
connections
I was just
there.
at Ursula's the film night
Mhm.
over there. They
Oh,
just had
I
at
was
the
there.
Portage.
I was there during the day, but I
Okay, I had
do
just
tours
missed
for
you.
her
I
now,
went.
and I left to go be on a tour.
We'll be at the
We
Chicago.
went later on around 7.
Yeah, I
for
left
the-
around 5.
And she actually showed an episode of ours, Demon House.
Oh, okay.
Gary,
And
Indiana.
Gary.
Oh yeah, okay.
And I've done
Mhm.
photography for her book,
Mhm.
Haunted Gary.
Okay.
One of
Yeah.
her books.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, we'll be at this year's Chicago Ghost Conference with a new
Haunted Gary.
film.
Haunted
What,
Gary.
what
yeah.
haunts Gary?
Oh, probably everything.
Well, no, I wonder what. No,
Gary's
I mean, there's a lot of murders that took place in
Yeah.
Gary. It was actually
Yeah.
the murder
Still
capital of the
going.
world
Is it
for
really?
a while. I don't know if it's still got that
I was going to
designation,
say that
but
would
it
be
was
almost
that for
true
a while.
of just about any city. That's almost true. There's going to be crimes and murders and stuff
But
like
for
that.
a city of
No.
that size, I guess it had more murders per capita than Chicago.
I just keep thinking of the music
Or any
band.
other large
Gary,
city.
Indiana,
Well,
Gary,
well,
Indiana.
Yeah, yeah.
They're doing
Yeah.
pretty good.
Interesting stuff.
Mhm.
You know, it's
Yes.
just certain that's certain spots more activity than others. You know, probably stuff goes on everywhere. Maybe we just
Right.
haven't found a lot of them
Yeah.
out yet. You know,
I
And
believe
that
that.
Demon House was there too, the one that was on in the news and on Ghost Adventures.
Yeah.
oh
Took a
yeah, yeah,
picture of
yeah,
that.
yeah. The Demon House.
It's long
yeah.
gone
Yeah,
now.
they want to
Yeah.
go down.
It's long
Right.
gone.
Mhm.
Well, they can knock it down, but we all know that still in the atmosphere
Yeah.
there. So if
Right,
you go to the
yeah.
site,
The ghost
just like the
could still
Gacy
be
house
there.
too, where John Wayne Gacy.
Right.
Nothing's there.
Yeah.
It's an empty lot there.
No,
too,
actually,
but
there's a new house on it.
isn't it
Yeah,
about?
I've heard
Now,
there's
who
a
the
new
heck
house
would
on the
want to?
website. Yes,
who-
there
yes.
is.
They
Wow.
You might want to knock on his door sometime, or
I was gonna
whoever's
say, now,
living
who
there,
in the
see-
heck would
see if
want
they'll
a
let you do a
house?
show in the back.
Who
Yeah.
would want a house?
The
built
last
over that
time I was
site?
over
Yeah.
there is a house.
Yeah, I know for a long time they kind of
Yeah.
avoided it, but
I
maybe
was
they figured, oh
there,
well,
You remember I came on the show with a girl that used to do the tours a couple years ago?
Yeah.
Me and her went over there one night, and there's a house on the property. We were expecting an empty lot, and there was a brand new house on the property.
I know for a long time it was an empty lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's weird. Now, who in the heck, in their right mind, would want the house, over
Yeah.
that? Unless you're just not aware of it.
I think that's what
That
happened.
could
It
be.
was- They weren't aware of it.
Now that's what I found out. Like you were mentioning the post office building,
Yeah.
the Englewood post office with
Right.
the H.H. Holmes net. That's what I found out with that was. I found out that some of the people I talked to and some stuff with that was nobody knew,
Yeah, they didn't
nothing
know.
about any haunts or anything in it until they found out that this was the site of the old
That would be
Holmes murder
awesome.
castle.
Right.
Then all of a sudden they said stuff started happening. I don't know. It's just
So I had a question. Have you ever gone there to the post office?
I've been outside it. I've never
Oh, okay.
been in there. I do know a friend of mine
Yeah.
went in there,
Oh, okay.
and I don't know how she got in there.
probably walked.
Well, no. She actually, they went in the basement, a whole
Yeah.
tour thing. And, well, yeah,
The
I'm sure
old-
they walked.
I've been down in
Unless
the
she had a
basement.
scooter, I don't know.
Oh, have you been down in there?
Oh, yeah?
Cool.
You've been
And
in
I'll
the
be honest
basement?
with you, I don't even believe that the basement. Geez, I don't know. It probably other people are more expert on this, but they're trying to say that the basement is original to the murder castle, and I really don't believe that it is. Maybe part of it. In actuality, I don't think the post office is actually built on the site
I
of it.
thought it was actually
I think it's more the
slightly
parking
over.
lot. Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
more
It's
the
more
parking
that
lot.
way than it is where the
Oh,
building
wow.
actually is. So it's hard to
Yeah.
say. But I've been. It is a creepy basement, but a lot of basements are creepy.
Yeah, all
including
basements
this
are
one we're
creepy.
sitting in right now, John. No, I'm kidding.
Now, how did you get down there, Bob? Did you just
I walked.
just walk? Did
I
you
asked
just
if I
went
could go
to the
down, and they
post
let me.
office
They
and
let
said,
me.
Can I go
Well,
down
that was
in
of
there?"
course before any. Now I'm sure they would say a little
Yeah.
misgivings about it. But before any of this started, I
okay,
asked
okay.
about it, and they said, "Yeah,
Yeah.
okay."
Yeah.
And I went down and looked, and
Uh-huh.
okay, fine. A lot of old bricks, darkness, nothing. That was
Yeah.
it. And okay, out I
Uh-huh.
went. That was it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Cool.
interesting.
Now, like he says, I don't know because now they know why you want to go down there. They know because you got something you want
Yeah.
to do with H.H. Holmes.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
but a few years back, okay, fine, go in the basement.
Mhm.
No big deal. You could tell me you were doing something about the architecture or something.
Right,
Okay,
yeah.
fine, go ahead. Just like that.
Sounds good.
We just recently done the Frank Allen Schaefer house.
Frank Shaver Allen, yeah.
Frank Schaefer Allen.
Who's Frank Schaefer Allen? Who's
He was architect.
Yeah.
He did,
Oh, okay.
He did the Joliet Central High School. He designed it. He
right
did
in
the
your,
Scott
right in your
Mansion.
backyard. You live in Joliet.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
He did the Scott Mansion.
I've investigated the Scott Mansion.
Yeah, he built the Scott Mansion.
He has.
Yeah, it's that place is haunted.
Yeah. I don't know. Did they still allow people in there? Not to interrupt, but
I'm not sure.
I know there were some
I would love to go back.
dangers with the property.
Yeah, it was falling apart. It was
okay.
falling apart. We were there.
Mhm.
I asked the spirits to do something extreme. I was like, do something crazy. Or I'm not gonna leave. I don't know. It was a while ago, and the ceiling just fell.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, all right, there you are.
Mhm.
So it was cool. But the Frank Shaver Allen house was built. Frank Shaver Allen built that house. Then he built the Scott Mansion, Joliet Central High School, and a couple other places. But yeah, it's super haunted. It's an old house in Joliet, and it's been noted to be haunted since quite some time ago. Back
Who
in
haunts
the
it?
70s. Apparently, no, they don't know exactly who, but it's a old woman seen there and a child. And the last time it was investigated, was in the 70s. And
It's just a long time. You're talking
Yeah.
like 40 years.
yeah, and
Geez, if it's this haunted, no one ever bothered going back there for 40 years?
well,
Unless it
somebody,
was just so terrifying.
somebody
you
lived
know.
there.
Somebody was living.
Yeah,
Oh, I
he
get
did,
it. Somebody was in there. Okay.
Yeah, so they allowed a couple people in the 70s, and a psychic vowed never to return. She got
Why
so
not?
freaked
Why
out.
not just interview the people that live there?
Well, it was Pat Magowski had lived there all that time, I believe, and then he had also had the Scott Mansion under his ownership as well, and then he didn't allow anybody to investigate Frank Shaver Allen house, and I think he just recently passed away, and then we were able to investigate it. Yeah.
So who owns it now, or is it just another
It's
vacant?
privately owned.
Okay.
I think it's on the market actually for sale.
Okay. So if you want
last
to
I
buy a
heard it
haunted
was
house,
sold.
now's your chance.
They sold it. Yeah, I think
Oh.
they sold it. Yeah,
I think they
might have just sold it,
yeah,
but it's.
after.
I think people though that were looking at it were trying to let people investigate it, I think so.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
Might-
cool. Yeah.
Might be able to.
I mean, if you know something's going on there, and this
That
seems to be
place.
the trend now, this is a way for you to maybe put a little change in your pocket. You know, if you know it's a definite haunted spot in that, and you
That
open
place
up
is
to these
super haunted.
investigations.
The energy was so fresh there. Nobody's investigated it for all
So you
these
actually
years.
said, do something to me and that kind of thing, and then the ceiling fell on you.
Well, that was a Scott Mansion, yeah, different
okay.
place, yeah. Scott Mansion, super haunted place. But yeah, I said, can you guys do something extreme? That was a while ago. That was like 2009 or 10. I don't know why I said that, but I
Just
did.
a word of advice: if you go back again, wear a hard hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ceiling fell when I said that, and it was
Yeah.
right away, and I was like, holy crap, like that was insane.
I think the Scott Magowski you mentioned died in that house.
Yeah,
in
he
the Scott
did.
Mansion. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
So he owned it
Scott,
and died
yeah.
there.
That was
Yeah.
Pat's
Yeah.
son, yeah.
Okay. Huh.
They found him in there, yeah. Mysterious causes.
A lot of the owners died
Yeah.
in the house.
Yeah, Scott Mansion is a very haunted place for
How many
sure.
owners can you? How many owners had the
Offhand,
house?
I don't remember, but there were a number
So
of
two
them
that you know
died.
of that died in there, huh?
Probably more than two.
They'll fit.
If it changed hands that often.
Yeah.
When does the house date from?
Oh, 19th century.
Okay.
Again, I'd have to go back and
So
look
it's
it all
at
up.
least
but it's-
100 years.
Yeah,
It's like a
at least.
Victorian looking.
It's an old Victorian
Okay,
looking
so
house.
it probably changed hands a few times.
The guy
yeah.
who lived there, Mr. Scott, had the first patent for barbed wire.
Oh, for
I
heaven's
remember.
sakes!
Yeah.
He was a very wealthy man.
He
Yeah.
was.
Mhm.
He
Yeah,
was.
barbed wire made a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joliet was pretty prosperous at that time. I
They
believe.
manufactured all the barbed wire. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of barbed wire came from Joliet, was shipped west out to the
Yeah.
well, not the cattle ranches. They didn't like it, but the farmers liked it because it kept the cattle off the farms.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a good town.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we are going to wrap here because we're about at the hour mark here, a little over. Tony, anything in closing here to say? Anything you want to plug for yourself? You got coming up?
Well, yeah, I got tours. I'm still working with Haunted Hometowns Corporation. I'm also working for Chicago Hauntings, Ursula Bielski's tour company.
Let us know how you get a hold of them and what you're doing.
Yeah, they
there
both
and-
have websites, www.hauntedhometowns.com and chicagohauntings.com. I'm hoping to start doing some walking tours in the Loop.
That's what
for
I thought you
Ursula.
did. I thought you did the walking tours.
Well, these are downtown with Ursula. She has bus tours. She has all kinds of tours.
Yeah, there's all kind of stuff she runs. Yeah.
And in Naperville, I was doing the walking tours. We're having a little problem with the cemetery tours that me and Julius used to do before.
So it's a dollar issue.
Yeah, it's a dollar issue.
Yeah,
many
it always
dollars.
comes.
Elgin's wanting a lot of money up front,
It always
to
comes
do 'em.
down to money, doesn't it? Yep.
does.
unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's what it always comes down to. Yeah, yeah.
But Bluff City Cemetery in Elgin, that's another very haunted cemetery. If you guys ever...
Check it
They're the
out.
ones, the,
City.
the,
Check
Bluff,
in
the,
there.
Bluff,
Yeah, that
the
place-
Bluff
yeah,
City
it's-
Cemetery is the
it's-
ones
yeah.
wanting you to
Wow.
give them the check there?
Right, yeah. If you,
Now, I'm guessing this is just a public cemetery, just
oh,
open
yeah,
like
yeah,
that?
it's the Elgin City Cemetery.
So it is the Elgin, so the city of Elgin is the one that wants the money.
Yes.
That wants the money, yes. Yeah. But I mean, for a one-night thing, if you want to film,
Nice,
Oh
nice.
wow.
hit
Check
us
it
up.
out.
Yeah.
Just hook up.
Cool.
We'll
You
bring
could-
it
We'll,
in.
we'll ring in there.
All right, cool, man.
Yeah.
Maybe they sent some
Go
scouts.
tonight.
They saw
Go
too
tonight.
many buses. Too many
serious.
buses
Why
were
not?
coming.
I'm serious.
Too many buses were
Got
pulling up
spirit
at the Bluff
box
City
and the horse
Cemetery. So
explorer?
they
Well, actually,
decided.
we were doing a tour where the people would actually just meet at the cemetery. It was like a 3-hour ghost hunt in there, and we had to park the cars across the street.
Oh, maybe that was it. too much traffic or something going on there. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
somebody put the kibosh on it. Yeah. Julius, what do you got going on? You're always involved in all kind of things here.
Right. Actually, it's been really quiet for me right now.
Well, then the heck
I'm
with
busy
you. Let's
working.
talk to somebody else.
That's good. No, actually,
You're involved very much with.
Well, you
Mahalia,
wanna-
with
you
the
wanna
church,
talk about,
and
but nothing's going on. It's quiet.
They
right
always have something going on over there. They got the seances. They do the once a month thing.
Yeah,
and,
they just got done
And you
doing
do the once a month. The Monday, not once a month. It's once a week, isn't it? Monday night school and.
Yeah, we still do that.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm here tonight instead of there.
Oh, for God's sakes, you didn't have to do that.
He's
You
playing
could have went
hooky.
to school.
No, that's all right. That's
Okay.
all right. I got to walk away from there sometimes.
I hope she doesn't give you an F, for not
That's
showing
okay.
up. or
I have F's my whole life.
you get a mark on your, a bad attendance mark there or something like that for
No.
yourself.
I think
Everything-
I think
everything's
Mahalo
good.
will forgive him tonight.
Yeah, she forgives me all the time.
She's a nice lady. I like Mahala. Yeah, she's a very classy lady. I like
You
her a
want to
lot,
talk
yeah.
about hands-on?
There's not really going on with that
Yeah,
right now.
right now.
We're going to do some day tours, so I'm going to post those late this month or early next month. So that's about it.
I tried hooking up with them and doing a thing like a paranormal investigative thing, bringing the tours and like that. But the trouble with that was the time just wasn't working out. The tour that I want to run, of course, I do tours on such a small scale. I'm no competition for anybody. So we were starting the tour at 10 o'clock in the morning, and then they said, "Oh, you can't get in for the investigation until like 9:30 at night or even after midnight." And I'm like, "Great, what do I do with these people from 10 o'clock in the morning till 9:30 or 10 o'clock at night?" So
Well,
it's
10 o'clock might work for us now. We might we might go to more daytime stuff. So.
yeah. So
Yeah,
what
'cause
you
can't
do? Let
get
me know.
anywhere.
Yeah.
You got to pay
You gotta
through
pay.
your nose, and then you got to pass it on to the customer. And who's going to pay $100 to go for a 2-hour tour?
I get you.
Doesn't work
Yep, I
anymore,
know how you.
does it?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, so many places now that used to not charge for these things, all of a sudden they are now charging, a $5 fee or something to go in, that kind of stuff like that. So what the heck? I understand. Everybody wants to. I mean, if you're running a tour and you're making money on it, they figure, well, why shouldn't we? You can kind of understand it.
Right.
The only trouble with that is that, like I said, the scale that I run them on, most of my tours are very small. 14 people, 15 people, maybe tops.
That's actually a pretty good size for a tour.
Oh, you think that
Yeah,
is?
But he doesn't
See, I
do it- he
considered
doesn't
it a
do
small
on
tour.
for a living. It's only
Right.
Oh, yeah,
Sure,
no,
he's
I
trying
don't.
to make
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
But I mean, to keep the people's attention, keep them all interested,
Exactly.
that's a good size. When you have
Yeah.
30, 40, it's
Right.
It's a little
people
tougher. Yeah,
roaming
it's a
all
little
over the
tougher.
place.
Yeah, I've done them, but it's a little tougher. Yeah, but yeah, I says I can kind of understand that, So, what are you gonna do? And then of course, David, Scott, you two have the Illinois' biggest paranormal research team.
2 people.
So,
Two
you're looking for some.
Two
You're looking for
people.
some new members, or you prefer to
Me
keep it
and
this
you.
way?
Happy
2
to
people,
do
yeah.
it
You
here.
prefer to keep it like that? I don't blame you. Yeah, if you work well together, don't ruin a good thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We sometimes bring our people in.
Yeah, we bring
Some-
other professionals in. And,
From time to time,
Yeah.
when you need them
mediums
and that kind of stuff like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Mhm.
You might want to bring some mediums in when you're fooling around with this Devil's Toy Box.
Yeah,
thing there.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
We had a thing where Chris Fleming came with us, and he was
If for
doing-
nothing else, but just to protect yourselves.
Yes,
Yeah.
Most
absolutely.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you guys got working on now here? Outside, of course, by this little film production here that you're working on. Any new things coming up for you that you want to talk about? I mean, we don't want you to give any secrets
lot
away
of
here.
lot of
we do
a
got
lot of new videos coming out, guys. So.
some secrets, not many, but
Well, let's try this way. Any new trees you're planning on cutting down over the next?
oh, it's every day, Monday through
And now, what about you,
Friday.
David? Any weddings you're filming or anything
Oh, yeah.
coming up? Yeah, this has
Every
got to be
weekend.
this got to be a busy week, busy season coming up for you with the June weddings and proms
Oh, yeah.
and et cetera,
Yeah.
et cetera.
Oh, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Nice and busy.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for coming on. It was very nice
Thank you
meeting
for having us.
Check us out.
And,
Hyperion
you know, and we always extend the invitation anytime you want to. Like Julie said, you'll be back on, and you will.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
sure.
cool.
Whenever you want to come
Awesome.
on, you just say the word. You're always welcome to come back.
Cool.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever once turned anybody away from any of the shows I've done. No, I really never have. Yeah, they've all been nice people. Yeah. As long as I've been doing radio, I've never really had anybody that said, no, I don't want them back again. I really never run into anybody like that. No, most people are very nice about it and everything like that. So, yeah, you're welcome to come back anytime you want. You're in good company.
Cool.
You're welcome to come back on here.
Awesome, thank
Mr.
you.
David Scott and Mr. John
Stevens.
Stevens spelled Stepphens, not Steven.
Right, correct.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Steph.
Stephens.
Strong.
And then look for their videos.
Strong.
Yeah, strong.
IPRA strong.
And you can go up on, let's give your website there, so you have something to plug there.
You can watch our paranormal investigating videos. IPRA Strong. Sorry, let me say that again. IPRAstrong.net. Or you can go on YouTube and search Believe a Paranormal Experience. Also, you can search that on Facebook.
There you go. Believe a Paranormal Experience, and search them. Now, I have to ask you, though, if you're trying to make a little money off of this, how are you making any money? They just putting these out for. I mean, on YouTube, everybody watches them free.
We don't
Yeah.
make no money.
YouTube,
We don't really make money off of that.
YouTube is-
actually none. I mean,
YouTube is like peanuts, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you get like
Yeah.
5 million views or something like that, then I think they
Correct.
start paying you or something bizarre. Yeah.
They for 5 million views, you'd probably make like
And that's
$100 bucks.
believe in
$100 yeah, you're.
It's
true.
true. 10 million to make
Yeah.
$100.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
true. Yeah.
Yep.
But you know, it's mostly done for this.
It's just
the reason
out of our own time and
Out of
and
pocket.
money. Out of
thus
pocket.
far. Thus far.
Okay, and
Thus
that's
far,
about
yeah.
okay. Thank you all, gentlemen. Thank you. It's been a joy having you all on. It
Thanks
really
for
was.
having
I learned-
us.
I learned some new
Really
stuff here,
thanks,
which I
Bob.
really do. Yeah, no, you're very
Yeah.
welcome. Like I said,
Thanks for
please
having
come
us
back
on, yeah.
anytime you'd like. John, thanks a lot for letting me have this opportunity to come here and do the shows once a month. This one's actually kind of quick for me because I just did the other one May 1st. That May 1st show was actually the April show because April we kind of let slip by. So I did it May 1st because that's just the way it got scheduled. So we're doing this one. I will be doing a June show, but then after that, if it's okay with you, John, I'd like to take the 2 summer months off and then start it back up in September because I got a lot of stuff over the summer. So I'd like to do that. We might be able to do like maybe a tape, some of the, because I tape all these shows. Maybe we can do like a best of Paranormal Radio, like for the 2 shows, just so we have a broadcast there. But I might be just taking the 2 summer months off and then starting back up in September, just to take a break, and then that'll give Tony a chance to
To have you on.
to get in there. Yeah, right. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Tony's starting your new. Now, when is
Yeah.
the new show going to start for you?
I don't know. I don't have a date or
Well,
anything yet. I'm
jeez.
still in the.
You know, you bring him
in the-
on, you ask him dates. I don't know. You know.
Don't worry, he'll get a hold of you.
We'll get a
Oh
hold of
yeah,
you,
I'm
Bob.
sure he will.
He'll
Yeah.
get a hold of you.
And I'm sure you want me to. What do you want me to do? Talk about Titanic?
Talk about Titanic.
Yeah.
Talk about the White House. Talk about
the White
New
House.
Orleans. Talk about Chinatown.
Oh yeah, jeez.
Whatever you
Yeah,
want to talk
yeah.
about. Yeah.
Yeah,
Chinatown
just let the
ghosts,
conversation run where it
You
wants.
said it
Yeah,
all. Yeah.
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 Okay, that's about it for that. Thank you so much for this. Also, don't forget to listen to all the other shows on the Windy City Network, and the sign is covered up, but they are Meet the Chicago Historians, the Donna Sports Paranormal Radio, Chicago Junction, the Armchair Experts, Wealth and Wisdom. Thank you also to our sister station, Jack FM 89.7, WRHS in Norwich. And gosh, that's about it for me. Sign off music from the King of Paranormal Radio.
Cool, guys.
That was good.
You have been listening to Paranormal Radio with Bob Tricek from the John DeVita Broadcast Center on the Windy City Hometown Entertainment Network and Jack FM 89.7 WRHS FM Norwich. Paranormal Radio was directed by John DeVita, and our special thanks to Kevin Zefalik of WRHS FM Norwich and the executive producer of Windy City Hometown Entertainment Network, Mr. John Seconda. This broadcast was pre-recorded on Monday, May the 15th, the year 2016. Until next time, be safe and thanks for listening. And this is Jack FM 89.7 WRHS FM Norwich, Illinois.